All right, week 7. I think after this week we are officially like way over halfway as far as points go in this class. So I know summer semesters are really quick. Just number one, make sure you really focus on this test this week, that you're preparing for it. Even if you did well on the other ones, don't slip up and let a bad test grade pull your grade down towards the end of the semester. And then number two, just make sure you're keeping up with everything from here on out, because like you know by now, every other week we're having a test. You're having a 20-point lab assignment every week, and you got lecture videos to watch too. So I know if you're doing well, that's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, but just make sure you don't slack up. And then if you're not doing as well as you wanted to, at this point in the semester, especially after we take the test on Wednesday, reach out to me. See what you're going to need to do to finish with whatever letter grade you're shooting for in here. Just let me know, like, I have to have a B or I've got to have an A or whatever, and I can look at your grade and I can real quick tell you, well, this is what you're going to have to score from here on out to finish with whatever you're shooting for. All right? Don't stress too much about it. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're doing well, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. Halfway through the semester, we're a little over halfway as far as the calendar goes. So just make sure you know how you're doing and let me know if you have any questions. So Monday, speaking of ways to do well in the class, Monday we're going to have a review day. We'll do another, I like the Jeopardy game, so we'll probably do another Jeopardy review day on Monday morning. And I don't know what the Krispy Kreme flavors are this week, but we'll see what they are. We'll all be surprised when I come in on Monday. So come for that, 8 o'clock. We'll have a review day in our classroom. And then probably about like last time, I think it took around an hour and a half. So count on about that long if you're like scheduling how long you're going to be here. So that's Monday. Now, Wednesday the 14th is our exam. So we'll be in the classroom at 8 o'clock taking exam 3, and that's going to cover chapters 6, 7, and 8. So 6 was on metabolism, 8 was on photosynthesis. Sorry, 7 was on photosynthesis, and 8 was on cellular respiration. Those were all pretty short, but there was a ton of information packed in there. So number one, if you haven't watched the lecture videos yet, watch those as soon as possible. Take notes, come up with a list of questions if something didn't make sense when you're watching it, and just really make sure you feel comfortable with that material. Remember that there was the review sheet that we did last week in lab too, so that can kind of help you when you're studying. So that test will be at 8 o'clock, and then as soon as we're done with the test, we'll meet back for lab, probably about 9 o'clock like we've been doing. We've got a lab on mitosis, which we haven't talked about that yet, but I'll do a quick review just so that lab will make sense before we meet. All right. Other than that, and this is all stuff you can do after the test on Wednesday, you've got 2 lecture videos that you need to watch this week. All right. So 9 is on the cell cycle and mitosis. That's what our lab will be on. And then chapter 10 is on meiosis. So real quick, and again, don't worry about any of this until after you're done with the test, but mitosis is how our cells divide. So like if you have a skin cell that reproduces, mitosis is how it goes from one cell, divides and splits into 2 cells. Meiosis is different. Meiosis is how we make sperm cells or egg cells. It's how we produce reproductive cells. So even though those are different chapters, they're both talking about cell division, and I like to group them together because they go along really well. If you understand mitosis, it's going to make it a lot easier to understand what's going on in meiosis. So I think this is the only week where I've had you watch 2 lecture videos and a test. So I know that's kind of a lot, but I don't think we'll have to do that again. So just watch those lecture videos after you take the test on Wednesday, and then you'll have a review quiz that's going to be open this week. But you've got until exam 4 to take it. So that's, let's see, Wednesday morning, July 28th. So you got a while to do that review quiz. Speaking of the review quizzes, if you didn't do chapter 6 or chapter 7 and 8, make sure you do those. Remember, those are due Wednesday morning when we have the test. So just make sure that you've done those. Don't let those 5 points slip up. You get a 0 and make a difference in your final grade. All right, that's it. If you have any questions or if you need anything, let me know. Thanks.